So for literally ages and ages now, I've always wanted an artist avatar, and we're doing that today. Wait, what? That's not right. I specifically... Give me 1 second. So that's one of the blue people. Yeah, in the Na'vi and Eatway. Is it this? No, that's Atla, isn't it? Yeah, that's Aang and Katara and... Is it yet? There's no... Wait, it is this one. Yes, I want to do a figurine, a persona, an artist portrait, but not really a portrait because it's in a style and it doesn't show your face. So it's kind of a portrait, but not really. But we're doing it today. We're finally doing it. We're doing an artist avatar, which is going to be sick. Let's go. So kind of starting out with this thing, I actually went back to the idea of this sort of self-portrait thing, and I really wanted to give it some sort of self-representative energy, something that really shows it's me. I tried to add my proportions as well, and this was kind of just early sort of experimental stage, kind of play around with a couple different variables to see what would kind of work. Now at first I was kind of considering giving the avatar a blank face, but I soon realised that with bodily proportions according to the videos and the thumbnails and adding sort of facial features and positions is pretty much just draw like a sir, and I really wanted my own unique piece, so this wasn't entirely going to work. So I did retry kind of doing it myself again with my own bodily proportions and with the same mindset of that unique yet still really simple sort of figure, which was still somewhat representative of me as a person and an artist. And funnily enough, this actually took me back to a technique I haven't used in a while because I haven't had to use it, which is to take a picture of myself and then upload that picture to Krita or Photoshop and sort of trace or use it as a reference to then actually properly get my bodily proportions. And I do this every now and then just to update myself because obviously I'm still growing and things like that. But to be honest, it's incredibly easy to do and probably one of the best ways you can learn figure pose. That's just coming from me though, you might find other ways. And it doesn't take long to do at all, as long as you do just like a couple every now and then. And funnily enough, just after this, I also found an online app called Set Pose, which is like the wooden figures that you can get, but it's online. I believe it uses like a Blender type of program to allow you to sort of model the figure in certain ways, and then you can download that image or take screenshots and again draw from reference or over the top. Now I wanted to try this in 3 ways: with the wooden figure, because I do actually have one, with set pose images, and with my actual bodily proportions from real life. And I think it's safe to say, for now, the set pose did actually turn out probably the best. But the only thing that the Set Pose app and the wooden figure don't have is the complexity of hands and feet, because they are some of the hardest things to draw, and I essentially want to draw or reference them in a more detailed way on the avatar, somewhat giving myself spiked fingers. I've always liked that concept in a really cool kind of way, because I do draw like monsters and fantasy and things like that. That is kind of a reference to that side of things. And then came back the debate about hair. Now I kind of settled on the premise that if I did do hair, it would have to look different in every single one, which would be an absolute nightmare to do, because I'd also have to do the body to be different in every single one, which would be slightly simpler because I'm not doing like an over complicated version of that, whereas hair with all its lines and its shape it would waste a lot of time basically. But then we come back to this idea of simplicity, and this is where the idea of clothes came in. And I kind of settled on the premise that I wouldn't really use clothes unless completely necessary for a common theme. So for example, if I'm doing D&D, which I really want to do at some point, if I was doing D&D, I would have my avatar dressed up as like a dungeon master or a wizard or a dwarf or an elf or something like that references the character that I've created in D&D. Or say I was doing a tutorial or teaching something, I would have a tie and a shirt or something like that. Or maybe if it was just some sort of specific anniversary or event or pop culture reference that I was drawing to, the avatar would be in clothes that reference that piece. So next up came the concept of colour, and I was actually quite determined, quite happy about this, and quite easygoing about testing this out, so I tried some earthy greens, a yellow and sort of like a glossy grey to see what would really work. And the idea with colour is that it kind of gives the persona more of a presence within the actual video, and it just kind of makes it easier for you guys to see them. I don't know if I'm definitely going to stick with this or if I might use a different colour completely, but I thought it might just be a fun little experiment to have a go at. Now, I did do this in the same pose all the way, just so that I could get kind of similar results. And then came back the idea of iconic identity, which is what really makes this figure mine. So I guess I kind of started playing around with putting something in the hand or on the chest, or possibly down the arms, or possibly even over the whole body. And I was even thinking about including my actual icon, the channel sort of logo, which is the eye, the thing that started it all. And in terms of the idea for that, with the eye, I was kind of wondering, should I put it over the whole body in a specific place? Should I just have it as the head? Or could I have it in some sort of other way? Or possibly just utilise the colours from that to actually create some sort of skin mapping for this figure? And so, as you can probably see, I ended up going with the logo, and it's such an iconic piece, and it's also incredibly meaningful to me and to the channel because it's kind of where everything started. Pretty much after I drew this eye, I was like, you know what, I'm going to start a channel. I'm going to share my passion and my skills and my art with as many people as I can. And there it is, simple, unique, malleable, genderless, and a good representation of me and the channel. So I thought I might just go back and show you all the bits and bobs I did that came along with this, all the experiments that I tried out, and to be honest, it was so much fun to do. I've been waiting to do this for absolutely ages, and I'm so happy with it. And if you've been paying attention, then you may notice that this guy has actually been sitting in the corner or other places on the screen throughout the whole video. Anyway, this was a lot of fun, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you all very soon, because I've got something else quite big coming up, which I needed this done for. And other than that, please don't forget to like, subscribe, follow and share. Have a good one, and yeah, see ya!